All right, so like Melody said, full disclosure, this is not my presentation. This is someone else's presentation, and unfortunately, she had to bail because of a sick baby. So hopefully, baby is well soon, and I'm going to take the reins, even though I've never done this before, so bear with me. And we will talk about Voxer. I'm going to attempt to share my screen here. Okay. So Katie Newton originally was supposed to do this. This is her presentation. So I'm going to go through it the best I can and then just add what I have that I know and how I use Voxer. Voxer it's an app. It turns your phone into a walkie-talkie essentially, and it's available for all devices. I rarely use it just on my Chromebook. It's always on my mobile. It allows you to share live audio, and you can listen to it live or you can listen to it later. You can have private chats one-on-one, you can have group chats, and you can share virtually all the same things that you would share in a text message or an email or on Twitter. You can share all of the same things: photos, videos, GIFs. So one of the first questions a lot of people do ask me in regards to Voxer is why Voxer? Why is it different from just texting, or how is it different from just communicating via Twitter? And one of the main things for me is that it's quick, and I think it's a little more intimate in a way when you're speaking versus texting. You're able to convey more meaning, of course, because you can hear inflection in people's voices. So it's a more personal form, even though it's a remote communication. At the same time, it's convenient because you don't have to disturb somebody while, when you call them or text them, because you can turn on or off those notifications and listen whenever it's convenient for you. It is easier, in my opinion, to just speak versus texting, because in that regard, as far as convenience, you can do it anywhere. You can do it in your car as you're driving, of course, while you're making dinner. You can do it virtually at any time, at any place, whereas texting, you can't necessarily do that. Let's see. Okay, so examples of how to use Voxer. I use Voxer in most all of these ways that Katie had listed. We use them at our school for our book studies. So we host book studies throughout the school year and really heavily during the summer. So we use Voxer as our quote unquote meeting place. So for example, I'm hosting a book study this summer where I will post a prompt or a question or discussion starter on Voxer every Monday. And then the people that are in my group will just respond to that prompt as they see fit. So Mondays might be great for them, and they might log into Voxer, listen to what everyone is saying on Mondays and share on that day, or you can just respond throughout the week as it's easy for you. And one reason that this is really nice for us with our book studies is that it's pretty relaxed, and it's a way to get a lot of people together in just without having to worry about scheduling conflicts. So, I think about old school book studies where if you have 20 people in your book study, you have to coordinate all of those schedules to get everyone together in order to have a discussion. And with Voxer, you don't need to worry about those schedules. We also use it in collaboration with specific groups at our schools. So we have a leadership team at our school, and we have a Voxer chat open for everyone in the leadership team, so that throughout the week, we do meet face-to-face every week, but throughout the week, as things come up or as questions are raised, we just Vox each other and check that chat as it's convenient for us and answer questions or ask questions or get up to speed on what's been going on throughout the week. You could open up a grade level chat on Voxer, different clubs within the school. You could open up a chat. Let's see. I have mine open here just on my Chromebook. So it will look a little bit different than it does on your mobile. Let me see if I can get it up for you. Okay, so over on the left, you can see all of the different chats that I have going. So the very top one here is the one that you're seeing communication with. So that's a non-academic chat group that I'm involved in. It's Run Like a Pirate with Adam Welcome. He has a chat group that I'm a part of there. And then I have my chat group for my book study that's getting ready to launch. I have an individual chat with Melody here. There's our teacher leader chat. And we also form chat groups for the leaders of the book studies so that we can ask questions. And let's see, I'm going to click on that one so you can kind of see. And again, it looks different than when you're on your mobile, but let me see if I can scroll here. Get out there. So I'm just going to scroll up a little bit. So we've been asking each other questions, and here's where you can see there's audio that someone was talking, and just helping us to organize our book study groups and get a little support with that from the other teachers who are also leading book studies. Let's see. Okay, so some other ways that I had listed as far as how to use it would also be in coaching. So if you, again, you can use it as a one-to-one chat with just one person. So if you had a K-tip mentee, if you were just mentoring someone, if you have buddy teachers in your school building, you can do those one-to-one chats in Voxer for that purpose. And then I also listed just PLN Power, because for me, there's been several book studies that I've been a part of where with Voxer, you're able to really branch out and reach people outside of your own district and in deeper parts of the state or even in other states and grow that PLN very, very easily. And again, I feel like it's in a more intimate way because you can actually speak to each other, but it's convenient. So you're actually hearing each other's voices and hearing each other's ideas, but it's in a convenient way. You don't actually have to sit and talk on the phone. Okay, so Katie in her original slide here has some tips on setting up a meeting. So I'm going to get you to that screen hopefully here. Okay, so it looks like she's saying, number one, step one, make sure that your contacts are invited. So if you were going to set up a Voxer chat, you would need to make sure that everyone had downloaded the app, and that part's easy. It is free. The app is free. There is a version called Voxer Pro that you can download and pay for. I want to say it's like $3.99 or $3 a month. Melody, if you're on here and you want to verify that for me, you can. One of the main differences most useful differences, I guess, in the pro version that you pay for versus the free version is that the pro version stores your messages indefinitely. The free version, you can only go back so long in time. It doesn't save your messages forever. The pro version will. Another benefit to the pro version is that you can recall messages. So if you send something out on accident, you can erase that, you can delete that. And with the free version, you can't. So those are some of the, like, to me, biggest points as far as paying for it. I don't have the paid version. I just use the free one. But you would want to get everyone to download it. You would want to get their Voxer handle. So, ooh, yes, thank you, Melody. $2.99 a month for the pro version. So you would want to get everyone's Voxer handle, just like Twitter handles. You can use what Voxer gives you, or you can create your own. And then you would invite them to your chat. So let's see. If I'm going to go back to Voxer here on my Chromebook, I don't think you guys see it yet. I've got like a delay. Okay, so you would just, little plus sign, you're gonna add a new chat and then add participants. So here's where, if they're in your contact list already, you can invite them straight from Voxer. Or you can just type in their handle once you know that. And then that instantly just creates that group of people in one chat. Katie's also talking about how you would want to let people know how long the chat will last. And that all depends on the nature of why you're forming a Voxer group in the first place. So if you're forming a Voxer group in order to hold a book study, then that would be important. So if your book study is going to last 6 weeks, that would be important to say up front. On my book study that I'm just starting, I just created a Canva, let everybody know every week which chapters we would be discussing, and then they can see when this chat is essentially going to end and not be active anymore. And then I just can send out that Canva on Voxer. If it's a Voxer chat group that's intended for just daily communication with the group, for example, we have that teacher leadership group where we just communicate throughout the week in between our face-to-face meetings. That's not really a chat group that's going to have an end time. So that would be as far as what's applicable. Katie has here to set up norms. Be fair, since reading text can involve personal opinion. You need to have trust and good intentions. I've never had any issues with that. But I will say that one of the unwritten norms with Voxer is to keep things short and sweet, I guess. Not to have you can type messages just like you can text, and some people prefer that. So, not to have messages that go on forever and ever, or voice messages that go on forever and ever. Sometimes when we have a lot of things to say, we might start a new Vox. So it's not all in one single message. Yeah, Melody has the paid version. I use the free version. And there may have been a time where I wanted to recall a message. I'm not going to admit to that fully. Okay. All right, so she has her last slide here, just, I guess, to brainstorm some other ways that you would envision using it in your school. Melody, before we do that, can you think of anything that would be important to know about Voxer that I haven't touched on? I feel like I talked really fast. And if anybody does have any questions or ideas or ways that you've used it that I didn't mention, please share. It is addictive, yes. And sometimes I feel like I annoy Melody with my many Voxes. It's just so convenient. It really is, in the fact that, you know, I can drive down the road and have a conversation that I know I'm not bothering anyone because they can listen to it when it's convenient for them. Nick, biggest reason for using this over just a group text. Melody, you can chime in if you feel differently, but one of the main reasons for me, like I said, is just that it is more personal than a group text, because you actually are talking with someone, you're talking with your voice. So people can hear the inflection, they can hear that meaning and those pauses that you don't get through text. Yeah, so Melody's confirming that idea. That is one thing that's tough with any other social media. You're not going to get that with Twitter. You're not going to get that with a group text or with Facebook. You know, a lot of the things that we use now to communicate and to organize ourselves in education it involves our phone. And so a lot of the times you do feel like your face is buried in your phone and you want to tell people, I promise you I'm working. You know, I'm not just wasting time on my phone. And one of the things I like about Voxer is that you aren't buried in your phone screen when you're using it, both sending out a Vox or listening to a Vox. And that's true. Melody's saying that the Voxer groups can get pretty big. And that's another reason why I would choose Voxer over a text group text also, because you can organize. I used to know how many people could join, but it's in the hundreds that can join one group chat on Voxer. So how do you find those professional groups? There is a list, and it's going to take me a minute to find where that is. There is a list of different, I'll be able to find it here in a second, but there's a list of different professional groups that are already out there. A lot of them I have found on Twitter. So some of the people that I follow or authors that I'm interested in, they will share their Voxer groups on Twitter. And that's one way that I have found a lot of them also. Let's see. I like when Melody Stacy confirms what I'm saying right as I'm saying it. It makes me feel better about myself. And Nick, if I can find that list of professional Voxer groups that are already out there, I will try to share that out too. And if I don't find it till later, we'll get it out there somehow. Yeah, Melody's saying that it's less intrusive, and that is another reason that I like it, because it's pretty casual. It works with schedules and it works with just what you're doing in your daily life. So like our book studies, you know, we're very open with the fact that if you can't join your book study, like for example, my prompts and discussion starters go out on Mondays, and if you can't join that chat on a specific Monday, that's okay, that we're all going to just be checking that group chat throughout the week and sharing and bouncing ideas and insights throughout the week when it's convenient for us. Okay. And Melody, I found this Voxer for Educators list that I was trying to find for Nick. So at some point, you'll have to help me know how to share that. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to share mine as Amelia Brown here versus the Kentucky Go Digital because I'm just a generic person on here right now. And that's my Twitter handle also. I just made mine the same. So as you guys share your handles, I'm just starting a group chat, which we could just keep going for a while. Yeah, I did start at Melody. You should be able to see it. Tell me if you can't. I wanted to share how I'm adding people to a group chat. So I've got 3 of us here that have shared. And I can always go back, like if I want to go ahead and start Voxing with this group, I can always go back and manage the members and add new people to a chat that's already been started. Oh, Lauren, she is leaving us a message.
Hey guys.
I'll give another minute here and see if Nick wants to add something, and then maybe I'll play it so those of you that haven't downloaded the app yet can kind of see how that works. So you're going to notice also that you have the ability to, quote unquote, like a message. I do that sometimes when I want to make sure I'm acknowledging that the message that someone sent me, that I know that they know I read it and they can see I'm acknowledging it, but maybe there's not necessarily a response that needs to be given. There are read receipts on Voxer, so you can tell who it's been delivered to and who has already read it, similar to your personal messages on Twitter. Okay, so Lauren was the first one to send out a Vox on this new chat, so I'm just going to play it so those of you that don't have it yet can kind of see or hear how it works. And again, this is something I would normally be doing on my mobile. I rarely use it here on my Chromebook.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lauren. Happy to be here. Never heard of Voxing before, but I can already tell I'm going to love it. Look forward to hearing from everybody. Thanks. Bye. Hey, guys. I love Voxer. Makes me feel like a superhero or something.
Sorry, my daughter interrupted me here, but I'm glad you guys showed. Sorry, my daughter interrupted me here, but I'm glad you guys showed me how to use Voxer. I've tried in the past without much success, so thanks.
Okay, so hopefully you guys could hear those messages. Tell me if you couldn't. I went ahead and also linked that spreadsheet that had the educational Voxer groups that are already formulated. If you were interested in that, Nick, so I sent that through the chat on the Voxer chat that we just started. Oop. Okay, Melody, what else am I missing? I feel like there could be a lot of other ways to use Voxer other than the ways that I have used them. So if anybody has used it in other ways, I would love for you to share. Hopefully I've done Katie some justice here with her presentation that she had to leave. Yeah, we have talked about using it for walkthrough feedback at our school, and we just never have done that yet, have we? I know as a teacher, I would appreciate that because I would know it's immediate if an administrator walks out of my room it's fresh on their mind. They're very easily able to just hit that button, talk about what they saw, and get that immediate feedback that is genuine because they literally just walked out of your classroom. And then again, you get that more intimate, personal feedback because you can hear that tone of voice and that inflection and those pauses versus getting it written down later. Thanks, Melody. Thank you, Heather. Okay. Well, if we think that we've got it, hopefully we can get more people on that Voxer group that I started here just for more practice with some more of you that are watching. And happy Voxing.
Get involved with Kentucky Go Digital. Attend regional events, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or follow us on Twitter.